Well, hello ladies and gents, and welcome back once again to AndyManCam's garage. Today is a very, very exciting day because we're going to be fitting a bunch of SW-Motech gear. And in this installment, I'm going to be protecting this gorgeous looking motor on the CB1000R with these SW-Motech engine bars. Now, I have unfortunately developed a little bit of a reputation for myself as being somebody that tends to put their bikes on the floor. It's happened twice with the Yamaha, the Versys 2 or 3 times. So with an engine that looks as stunningly finished as this one, it would be a shame not to give it some protection, because I don't want to create the same situation as these horrible scratches on the engine covers of the SZ1. And with this thing having no kilometers on it, I'm going to start from scratch with it being protected. And thankfully, SW-Motech agree with my thoughts, and they very kindly sent me these engine bars to stick on the bike and give me some protection. So big thanks SW-Motech, you're saving my paintwork. As well as the engine bars themselves, which are beautifully satin powder coated, we have a kit full of bits and bobs here. Spacers, bolts and end plugs. And these bars will actually be fitted onto this engine mounting bolt at the front and onto this engine mounting bolt at the back. That's also one of the mounts for the rear subframe, which incidentally is a beautiful piece of work. This is all aluminium and it goes all the way to the very back of the bike. No plastic here, my friends. So anyway, first step, we need to get these 2 bolts off, and in the instructions it very clearly states that on this bike you should always get the right side finished before you start the left side. I'm guessing that's obviously because if you undo all 4 of the bolts, the engine's going to fall on the floor. I mean, it's probably not, but it's definitely going to shift a bit. So first step, I'm going to loosen this front bolt, and there's a spacer in here which is obviously going to jump for freedom as soon as the bolt is out, so I'll be ready to catch that. Okay, there we go. There's the spacer, there's the bolt. And then at the rear here, I really don't feel like they're very tight. Maybe I'm just not used to the fact that this is a new bike and all the fittings are brand spanking new and everything's been torqued to the right setting. Right, there's that bolt out. I'm pretty sure we're going to need to use the spacer again, but the bolts we've got new ones for. So then we take smallest bolt, smallest washer, that goes through the engine bar. Then we take the smallest spacer. Onto this we put a ring of medium strength thread lock, and then that goes into this rearmost mounting position. Then we can come in to the front position. Probably would have been easier to start there, I think, because then the whole thing would have balanced in the middle, but you live and you learn. So then we take the shorter of the fatter bolts, plus a big washer. That goes through the bar. Then we've got the thinnest spacer. That goes through the frame mount hole. Then we take our original spacer, like aluminium, nice touch. That goes in its original position. Oh, hang on. Remember the thread lock. It didn't come out with thread lock on the original bolt, but SW-Motech say in their instructions that we should use thread lock, so I'm going to go with it. Better safe than sorry, eh? There we go, lovely. Now we need to torque them up properly. This is where I run into 2 problems. First of which is it's been very difficult to find out the actual torque specifications for this bike, because there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of that kind of information available yet, with it being quite new. And I haven't been able to get hold of a service manual, but I have taken the values from the old version of this bike, because it is essentially the same engine. I can't imagine they would be so different, and that tells me that it should be 49 Newton meters at the back, 59 Newton meters at the front. Gladly, please do tell me if I'm wrong with those numbers. The second problem is I don't actually have a bit to go on this for my torque wrench, so I'm going to have to guesstimate it for now based on how tight it was when I took it off, and then I'll come back and re-torque it again later. Click, click. Yeah. So the manual torque wrench has given me roughly 59 Newton meters there, and then on the rear I can use the proper tools to get 49 Newton meters at the back. And then one last job is to fit this little plastic plug into the end of the bar, just to give us a nice closed end. So we just stuff that in the end of the pipe there, give it a few love taps, and then she's in. And then that is the engine bar on this side of the bike fitted. Now the bar on the other side of the bike is exactly the same, just obviously the other way around. One of the spacers is a bit different because the hose, actually I'll show you. because my beautiful assistant has already fitted this one, but this spacer on the left-hand side is just a bit bigger because there's a lot more stuff with this hose for the bar to go around, and the spacing is slightly different, but otherwise exactly the same. So I've saved you the tedium of having to watch me do that one as well. And there you go, that is it. That is the SW-Motech engine crash protection bars fitted to my Honda CB1000R. And to be honest, I don't think they look at all bad. I mean, obviously crash bars are never quite the prettiest thing in the world, but they are relatively subtle. And just being safe in the knowledge that in the event of any kind of downing of the bike, it's protected from any damage on the engine fills me with joy. So once again, huge thanks to SW-Motech for throwing me these bars to protect my new bike with, and also huge thanks to you for watching this video. I hope it was either interesting or entertaining for you, hopefully both. And if you liked it, please do give it a big fat thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a nasty thumbs down. Either way, if you've got any questions or anything you want to tell me, stick it in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. If you're not already, get yourself subscribed to the channel so you can keep up to date on more videos like this, more videos with touring, more videos with testing, just all of the videos. And make sure you click the little bell icon to ensure that you get a notification whenever anything new comes out. Otherwise, thank you so very much for washing. Thank you for washing, it's nice that you don't smell, but thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Ta-ra!